Hello, it's good to see everybody again today. Talking with Scott yesterday, I guess it was, and he is working late this week, and so decided I'd pick up his slot for him, and he said, "Go for it." So here we are. I am going to do something today that I haven't done for several weeks now. I'm going to start with a fresh piece of wood. This was a limb just about 3 hours ago. I went out and cut it up into basically square chunks. Or ripped it down the center, cut it to round on the bandsaw, drilled a hole in the center. This is a piece of cherry that was given to me. It's still wet. Of course, it's been stored outside, so it's still got some moisture to it. Earworming with me today, helping me out are, there we are, Mark and Wayne. Everybody knows Mark and Wayne very well, I hope. Mark, you got to say Mark twice. Mark, and Wayne of Clasperonis. It is good to see everybody and you two guys. I'm going to put you back in the background again, and then we'll get to going. I'm going to put this on a worm screw today, just because it's a convenient way to do it, and it's simple and quick, and it's secure, especially for a piece this size. So if one of you guys wants to get started on the going down the list of participants, we'll get going here.
I'll do it. Wayne can pick up anybody on this. Afternoon, everybody. Hope you're all well. Right, so the first one in was Wee Val. And then we've got Mike Evans, Shane Hurst, Rob from Copper Owl Wood Turning, Ruby Clare, hello boss, Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks, Mike from Dances with Aardvarks, Brian El Tornero de Madeira, Ward Wilson.
So proud.
Ward Wilson. Then we've got Mick Jews, evening Mick. Bailey Woodworks, hi Chris. Going down the list, Brent Beecroft, hi Brent. Malcolm Douglas, Ian Leach. Oop, hold on, just jumped. Where did I get back to him? Nick Jews, Paul Finley, Rob from Klingspor, Jason Levron.
My cap's still not here.
Tell you what, this is mine. Anthony Green. Anthony Green. That's it on the bottom of the list.
All right.
Jennifer's in as well. Jennifer's Crafts Creations is in.
And hey, Kelsey's Crafts. Hello, Kelsey's Crafts. Sorry, I missed you as well.
Good to have all of you with us today.
Steve Hale. Yeah, that's about it. If I did miss anybody else, it was because Wayne told me to.
Just come in.
Yes, there is some moisture in this wood still.
Yeah, looks
it's nice. Always so fun to turn wet wood. I just, it's a blast.
Except oak. I've decided I don't like turning wet oak.
It leaves a mess, doesn't it?
Messy.
Yep.
It's too messy. Yeah.
It is good to have everybody here today. Like I said earlier, Scott is having to work second shift. And so instead of leaving everybody out in the cold, I thought, well, let's go ahead and fill in. Scott was happy for me to do it. So
good. Kev at 9K.
Kev's just come in.
Hi, Kev.
Sorry, man. It's nice to see you turn in a bowl, Doug, that's already got a bottom in it.
Well, at least starting that way anyway. There's still time.
Sorry, couldn't resist.
I haven't gone through the side of one recently.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Ash has just come in.
Oh, hey, Steve.
I'll stand by your beds. Lucy Bundy Rose come in.
Lucy.
Lucy.
Did you all have the Lucille Ball show?
Oh yes.
Okay. Every time I hear Lucy's name, I think, Lucy, you got splaining to do.
Rob's Klingspor's asking, should I be wearing a mask? Asking for a
Nah,
friend. How you good
nah,
tonight?
I've got mine. You're good.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hey,
I did
Jennifer.
say you
Well,
after Wayne.
he didn't, Jennifer, but I did.
No, but I did say it afterwards. After I was pulled up.
And Ward Wilson's just come in as well.
No,
Hey,
he's been here
Ward.
from. He's been here for ages.
Yeah.
Pay attention to your.
All right.
He was one I did mention.
You must
Steve
be
Ash
speaking
is in.
quiet at that point.
Yeah, yes. Julian
Got a
was
li-
back. Steve Ash is in. Hello, Steve.
Trying to get a nice even curve around here. No lumps or bumps. I think we're right there at it. Ah, there's one right there.
Now, are you gonna once turn this or twice turn it?
I'm just going to once turn it. I'll turn it fairly thin, and then let it warp.
Nice.
Let's put a little detail on the foot here. Having just a
Yes,
little
Jennifer,
bit of
you
warp,
will.
not too bad. All right. It's got a little bit of a return curve. If I go to,
Over it. Oh no, that's me. We know what he's done. I've made the rookie mistake of coming in first, and he's kicked himself out of the stream. Hi, everybody. Malcolm, sort of, mate. Well enough to do this, but not 100%. Here he is.
there we are.
There he is.
I don't know what I
Christopher.
did. I picked up the mouse and it, anyway, right here at the foot, I've got just a little bit of a return on the curve.
Put us in the background, mate.
Yeah,
They want to see us.
I could just leave you. I mean,
No.
no,
There you go.
well, who knows? If Kim's watching, she might want to watch.
No.
All
Coronation
right.
Street, mate. She barely watches me. You don't think she actually watches anyone else? Sorry to disillusion you all. She is subscribed to a lot of you, but she don't watch.
Well, I got something bumping
Now, I
right
gotta
at
say,
the.
Doug, that's one of my, and Wayne will know, that's one of my favorite shapes with that little return
Yeah,
on the bottom.
got just a little flat right there, so I got to work on it just another pass or two. Yeah, just a little return on that foot.
Yeah. Just lifts the ball, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's one of my favourite shapes as well.
I did bowls for a long, long time. Um, somebody had made the statement they felt like a bowl should float on the table,
Yes.
and so, and I agree with that still, but I took that to mean no foot to anchor it, and that really, I think that's what they were saying, but that's not necessarily true. A little tiny foot can really elevate a piece. See if I got that flat out of there.
Horde can almost 100% guarantee that's a lie. think I have an affinity for that kind of shape because I was shown how to do it by Glenn Lucas, and he's a master at it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it lifts the bowl up without having one of those stepped feet, like a
Yeah.
donut. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Right. All right. I think I got it to where sanding will take care of it. Other than I've lost a little of my detail here. And then put that return back in it. I mean, my goodness, how many times have I watched Mark or Wayne do this very thing? It really is a classic shape.
I mean, more than me for sure, but yeah, it's a lovely shape. I love it when Wayne does these shape bowls.
And I must have had the right size pilot hole in here for this screw, because it wasn't so terribly hard to get off. There are those times when you screw your wood on there and then you go to take it off and it's like pulling King Kong's teeth. All right. First things first, we'll flatten out this edge.
And the door 60's just come in.
Hey, how you doing, Dor?
Okay, Steve Ash Lerner Turner has got a question. Does anyone know if Beach has toxicity issues? He was turning some earlier, and now basically one of his hands is covered in little spots where the shavings hit it. What I would do, Steve, is go in your search bar, look for. God, I've forgotten the name of it. Mark.
Wood database.
The wood database, and there's a section in there about toxicity of woods.
Something else to consider, Ruby's just said to it, you may have developed a resistance or an allergy to it, which can happen.
Yes.
I know Colwyn Way, he can't turn teak. If he turns teak, he comes out in a red rash. So he has to cover up completely when he turns it. One of the guys at Axminster who does the demos, Ben Beddoes, he can't turn cedar because it brings him out in a rash.
I have a difficult time with walnut if I leave the bark on it.
All right.
But yes, I've heard many times anybody can develop an allergy to anything at any time.
It doesn't mean that the wood itself is toxic. It just means that you've
Right.
developed a inability to process it yourself. I mean, personally, I don't think there's much toxicity in beech because for hundreds of years it's been used for kitchen implements.
Right.
Spoons, spatulas, stirring sticks, chopping boards, knife handles. They wouldn't use it if it didn't go unsafe.
Well, it was used for treenware forever too.
Yeah.
All your plates and bowls, spoons and forks.
Lakeview Workshops just arrived. Hello, Lakeview.
Hey, Lakeview.
That's Sean.
Sean, that's right. Hello, Sean.
I did subscribe to your channel this morning, Sean. Got some nice videos.
460's in, high door.
I said that.
Because you also I was ignoring you. It's the money.
There you go. So Steve's found his answer. And Dave Oatie's just come in.
Hi, Dave.
Tell you what, I've got a little, I thought that was ready for sanding, but it's got a little line here at the top that is right, it's right there. Oh, just realized. There we go. But anyway, there's a line. There's a line right there that
Oh, yeah.
it's going to take a minute to sand, so we'll just turn it out. Closes that top edge just a little bit as well, so helps with the design just a touch. All right, now we can sand it out. That was 100 grit. We'll do 120, or no, 150, excuse me.
Earlier on, I don't think any of us mentioned, but Mike from Dances with Aardvarks has got a premiere coming out about 9 o'clock, he said.
Oh, okay.
If we are still live, I will catch up with it later, Mike. And Robert from Hodgepodge just come in.
Hey, Hodge. All right, much better, much better. I don't know why I was thinking I'd sand it afterwards, but that was kind of a dumb idea. This was much easier, much quicker to do it this way.
If Rob from Klingspor is still in the chat, I've just emailed you, mate. Reply.
All right. Now.
And Andy from AGK has just come in as well.
AGK. Precious.
Hello, AGK.
My precious. I had to come down here and take inventory of my Easywood tools last night. I was filling out an application to be one of their demonstrators. And so that's one of the questions: is what EasyWood tools do you have, if any, or carbides in general? Take my elbow stabber out, because if I don't, I will hit it guaranteed.
So, Rob, if you've got those in your office, does that mean you're sending them to me next week?
Uh,
Sorry. Sorry, Doug. Just doing some business. Saves emails.
yeah. All that postage for email, right?
And Andy's just come in. Lucy's better half,
Hello, Andy.
or other half, I should say.
Well, really, isn't he the other 3/4? And you've seen them, the two of them stood next to each other, haven't you?
I have, yes.
Andy
Doug,
and
do you want
Lucy.
to go? Yeah, Lucy and Andy. Do you want to go to Pencam?
We can do that. Sure would be easier with a touch porter, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Now, how thin are you thinking?
About where this, you can't see it.
Oh, we can.
Yeah, there's a line right here. I'm
Yeah.
thinking right about there, which is, I'll have to measure it here for you in a minute. It's not very thick.
Terry's just come in. Terry Bartlett from Plymouth Wood Turners.
Hey, Terry. And Robert has said, it's Doug. Probably just thin enough where he goes through the bottom.
Possibly.
Well,
You never know.
talking
I
about
think
this
that,
earlier.
see, I think that's totally unfair, to tell you the truth. Because in last week's video, you didn't actually go through the bottom because the tenon was still there.
Right?
It just happened to blow apart when you were finishing it off.
Yeah. This is true. This is true.
And in his defense as well, Wayne, it was the inserted plug that let go last night
It was.
after he'd finished turning it
Yeah, Tuesday night. Yeah.
Tuesday night, yeah. So really, there's no way we can spin it.
I mean, it's kind of like somebody with their hospital visits. You can spin it any way you want to. It does. It's still. It is what it is. It's a shame Jamie's not here to give a ribbing to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good to about halfway down the wall here. It just gets thick at that point. Goodness, this smells so good.
I think it's one of the best smelling woods to turn.
It really is.
That and olive wood.
Yeah, but it's two different kinds of smell, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but olive as well is just it's just,
Yeah, it's just lovely to
yeah.
smell.
Yeah. Benjamin's in. Oh, Ben.
Evening, Ben. And Mark S is in as well. Good evening, Mark. You
Hey,
work?
babes. Good question, Mike.
Yeah, very good question.
He says, are Huey and JP really airworms or hecklers? Entertainment, I think is the word.
Jennifer, I don't think Shug's in. Somebody just mentioned him.
No Shug tonight.
I don't think so. I haven't seen him.
Well, still got a lump, right? I've cut that 3 times and it's still thick, right? Right there. So we're going to do just a little bit of a shear scrape across there. Almost.
Yeah, Rob from Klingspor said, it's nice having a night off from the abuse. I'll never give you any abuse, Rob.
Oh yeah, and Andrew says, HEK says, I'm the good boy of the trio. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I keep watching for him. He's not. Andrew, I sent you the
Andrew,
link,
you've got the
bud.
link. Come in, mate.
And Mike has said, interesting to see if this stays around after a few days. I think that's the whole point of this one that Doug's looking for. He's hoping it is going to warp.
It probably will warp. I'm not doing anything really. I'm going to wax it when I get through with all the other work, and then we'll let it do whatever it's going to do. Let's see. Let's put that tool away. Let's pick up the Richard Rafin tool.
Steve Ashlerner Turner has said, is Huey here? No, he's not. But he said he was mistaken for him a couple of days ago outside Turner's retreat. He's only about a foot taller, and he's got a Wayne beard.
Oh, Andrew can't
Andrew's
come in. He's working.
What'd you say, Mark?
Andrew's working.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll let you out of it this time.
And Ward's got to go. He's taking the wife out.
All right. That's a good thing to do once in a while.
Well, if he means taking her out for dinner, or if he means, like, doing a hit on her.
Just taking her out. Yeah. Make sure you go a long distance and don't leave her a map.
No. Trash bags, shovel, lime.
Lime. There you go.
Not that I know.
Right, Mark is. I think he is at work, but he's at the office. He's no doubt just getting set up so he can start off in the truck. Mike has said, Mark, in your next live, can you drop a link into Ward's channel? I don't think Ward's got a channel. He certainly had. He just said earlier on, when he was talking about Kim watching all of his videos and commenting on them, he said that's because he hasn't put any out. He has not put any videos out. So I don't know if he's got a channel.
Yeah, he does have it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he'll have a channel because he obviously comes in here.
But there's no content on it. But there's the link for his channel. There you go.
And Old Man River Woodturn has just come in.
Klingspor do indeed have a channel. Klingspor have a
Full
channel,
cost of that one.
but I don't have a hat.
Neither do I.
Oh, it's your show, Doug. Just saying. There you go, Rob. Just for you. Now look, I've got a hat, Mark, says Andrew.
Yeah, I've got a hat.
Oh, really? What?
Shoot's got a hat.
You've got a bag too.
I've had a hat for ages. That's because I'm the #1 advertiser in the UK.
I'd argue about that.
Well, actually, Mark, I wouldn't. I do more lives than you, and I advertise on every live.
That's true. Fair enough. I will give you that. No, Rob, I'm not. Sorry, mate. But I am there in August. On the 25th.
Oh, here we go. Lucy's got 2 different bags. One of them's called Andy.
A little section of tear out right there. That thing, y'all may not hear it much, but I sure do. Oh, come on. That's not what I wanted. Yes, it is.
And Kev at 9K Creations has said, it's been that dusty in the shed and still so hot that a cap flew off a bottle of Newcastle Brown Ale. Better drink it then.
Yeah.
Sounds like a
Be
plan,
rude.
Kev.
Be rude not to have a pint of dog.
A pint of dog. I haven't heard that for years.
Do you know, at one time, Nuki Brown Ale was all I used to drink. God, I can't touch
Same
it
here.
now. It's vile stuff.
Oh, I can.
Oh, yeah, I bet you can. It's in your DNA. Even though you're not a Geordie.
Even though I'm not a Geordie.
Or a Mackem.
No, I'm not a Mackem either. Although I originally come from Wearside.
So are you a monkey hanger then?
No.
The other way.
I come from a place called Chesley Street, and the River Wear runs through Chesley Street on its way to Sunderland.
Had a friend that went back and watched the live where the Apple Bowl came apart. And he said, I really enjoyed those guys that were talking in the background. Said I had to listen real carefully to understand their colloquialisms. He lives about 2 hours north of me.
Excuse me.
And he wasn't being derogatory at all. He was actually being complimentary.
I was going to say, hold on. Coming from somebody who's quite proud of my semi-American redneck heritage, don't you be getting any Kentucky rednecks talking about our accents.
No, this is Ohio, and we talk about
he was
their.
Ohio, was he?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
That's even worse.
Remember, I'm only about 25 minutes from Cincinnati, Ohio, which is right on the river.
All right.
All right, we're just going back and forth to try to get some of this tear out section cleaned up. I thought I had
I probably lived closer to West Virginia than you do.
what am I, 2 hours to West Virginia?
Oh yeah, we were only hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
If that. We used to live near the Shenandoah.
Okay, yeah. All right, we're going to go on from there. I may have to come back later and do some more sanding on that, but that's okay.
Okay, I've had a couple of comments in here. Robert from Hodgepodge has said, funny, I thought Wayne came from the basket beside Moses. And then Mike from Dancers said, Wayne turned that basket, Hodge. They didn't tell you, but it was a basket weave illusion.
That's fine. You've seen what Steve Ash says. Hodgepodge.
Yeah, I saw that.
Can't be. They hadn't invented baskets when Wayne was hatched.
Yes, I did notice the hatch part.
I don't know sometimes.
Anybody think they were saying you were old, Wayne?
Yeah, I know, exactly. I don't know where they get this from. I really don't.
Well, now, to be fair, when I started watching you guys, Wayne, every time you were on, I'm such an old fart. I'm such an old fart.
It's all an illusion,
Yeah,
Doug.
but
He only does it for the
old,
cameras.
old.
He's actually only 35 years old. Just
Yeah,
having a really hard life.
Yeah, really hard life. Benjamin said every time. Benjamin said every time I see one of those numbers, I want one. Yeah, same here, Ben. It's just a shame we can't get them over here.
Get the Makita screw fix.
Well, I've got a DeWalt, which I he's actually just left, which I got. Oh, what was it? No, it wasn't Wood. It was Terry Cox.
No, Terry Cox.
That got me the. Yeah, it was Terry Cox that got me the DeWalt one.
This is
Lucy said, "Don't forget, Wayne helped build build Stonehenge too."
we've heard that a few times.
Wait, Doug, have you got a tape measure a second?
Have I got a tape measure? Sure.
Yeah. From the top of that sander to the bottom, how long is it?
From here to here?
From there
from
to the bottom? Yeah, that way.
9 inches.
Right, the Makita's only an inch bigger, Ben.
The head is
the
3.5.
Makita is huge. It's not
right,
huge.
no,
It's only
no.
an inch.
Right, the thing is, Doug, is that one offset? It's not exactly 90 degrees, is it? That's about 120 degrees. See, that's the difference, Mark.
Yeah. It's angled backwards a bit more.
You don't want 90.
Yeah.
This may be. Yeah, you're right. It's
It's probably about 120, something like that.
thereabouts. Yeah. It works a treat. This was a cheapie. I bought it on sale in a clearance, and I do take the time to blow the vent holes out on all four vent holes.
Yeah.
Don't do it every time, but most of the time. I've got another one over in the shelf. It's never been out of the box. Now, I just said that I blow it out once in a while. I was just noticing it's full of sawdust right now. That's all it takes. So anyway, it's such a good one. The name on it is Angle Drill.
Yeah.
It's a 3/8 chuck, so it's a small one.
Get 'em over here.
But it does a great job. And when it burns out, I'll toss it in the trash can and I'll go get another one. Now, to replace it, when the second one goes out, I won't be able to buy it for what I bought these for.
No. I mean, I'm not, the Makita one is expensive, but it is good. It's variable
Yeah,
speed, forward and
it's a
reverse.
it's a much better quality. It's got better bearings than this would have, for sure.
I think it's got metal drive as well.
Yeah. I don't know what this one has.
Right,
I'm not.
I'm just saying to Jason here that I'm not ignoring stuff, but there's Mark and Doug are chatting, so I haven't gotten back to the chat
Sorry.
to read anything out.
Sorry, go on. I'll shut up.
Brent said Wayne is so old that his grad picture is etched on a cave wall. If I'd graduated at anything, Brent, that might be true. Rob says when our tech guy did the first Yandles craft fair, he reported back, I have never talked to so many old people in one day.
That's kind of what turning's all about, isn't it?
And Kev said it was. Yeah, Kev said it was that hot today. Karen asked why I was putting the microcrystalline wax in the fridge because it was sloshing about in the tin.
Yes, Rob, it is. DA3010.
A little alcohol to clean the grain out. You can almost see how brown that is. It's pulling out. It does pull out some dust.
Right, Mark's going to have to go. His trailer has arrived and it's time to do some more work.
All right, Mark, have a good night. Be careful. All right, there's the alcohol taken care of.
Yeah, Lucy said when you graduated from the School of Hard Knocks. Yeah, well, there was a few.
Those are some of the best learned lessons, aren't they? Shame we have to learn them that way. Now, before anybody asks, I'm putting on a little conversation starter.
Right, Rob from Klingsport has said, and I think this is going to concern more people in the UK than anywhere else. If anybody wants the Makita that Mark was talking about, that's the DA3010, send him a message and he can put you in contact with a distributor that will give you a good deal.
There you go.
I think they're currently, bear with, £154 in Screwfix.
There you go.
Got to show it so it'll work.
And Ruby said, Lucy, most people of our age graduated from that school. You're right. That's there, true. Ruby.
Yeah. Yep. Even if they have formal education, most people have some hard knocks. I certainly do.
Some graduated early.
Oh, hang on. Lucy has said, Ruby, we also graduated with common sense too. I don't know about that, Lucy.
There's a lot to be said about that. A lot to be said.
Actually had an email the other day from one of...
Hiya, Dale.
Hey, Dale.
I had an email the other day from the surgeon who worked on me. And he said, been following your progress. It's good to see all my hard work paid off. He's got a wicked sense of humour.
and it's also true.
Yeah.
Sean from Lakeview has said it's looking great, Doug. He's got to leave at the moment, and he'll see
Okay.
us all the next time.
All
See you,
right.
Lakeview.
Good to have you with us today. Now, if anybody's wondering, yes, I still have a Band-Aid on the finger, but I've also got one on my wrist today, and that's not from turning.
Oh,
I was
you're getting accident prone.
I was walking. I was bringing the cherry in after I cut it and ripped it, and I hit it on a log. I've got a whole stack of logs right out my back door here. That I just hit one of the logs. It knocked the bark off. So, oh well.
Jason's just apologised, saying that he was joking, that I was ignoring the one comment. It's all good, Jason. I guess you were.
We've sped up to about 840. I'm going to get a clean portion of this paper towel. Start pulling off the excess.
So is this the... Sorry, I was looking at the chat. Is this the grit part or the polish part?
It's the grit part.
It's the grit, yeah. Still working on the grit. Turn it inside out. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. The abrasive grits, they all have a similar action. We use them basically the same way. You put it on, rub it in good, let the grit do the work, and then start buffing off the excess wax and oil that it's made with. And we can be friends about it. We don't have to get ugly about it. Glenn and I had a great conversation there in Louisville at the AAW, and it was good that we could do that.
We're all professional about it.
Yeah. Even talking with Steve and Doug, or Chris and Doug at the Easywood Tool desk. They're selling the Yorkshire grit now, and I didn't make any bones about it. I didn't try to hide it that I use axe. So it's like I told Glenn, axe approached me first. So
Dale has said Band-Aid, referring back to your Band-Aid. Everybody
yeah.
wants to turn the world.
Andrew from HEK wants to know
And
if you're
Andrew,
going to the next AAW.
I'm sorry.
Andrew from HEK wants to know if you're going to the next AAW.
The next AAW, I doubt it.
It's in Portland, Oregon, isn't it?
Right. It's down the
it's
road from
Oregon,
Carl. Yeah. So it's a little far. That's a long trip. To drive it would be 3 really hard days, 4 pretty significant driving days. 5 days would make it relatively easy, which also means 4 nights stay somewhere. And hotel rates here have gone crazy. Thank you, COVID.
Yeah.
Right, Rob's saying, and this is talking about competitors and stuff. My best man at my wedding was our #1 competitor's area manager.
Yeah.
This little jar is one of the trial jars that he was doing there for a while, and he sent me some to use because it's the new formulation. Whatever his formula was, he took it on October, November. He took it and added twice as much carnauba wax to it, and it does stiffen it up in the jar, but I think it gives a little bit better shine. And I'm sure it's a little harder shine than what it was. I had asked him when I first started using it if he'd ever thought about doing anything to stiffen it up, because the original in the jar was so soft. It was like jelly. But now it's much, much better.
So Dale said, it may be just me, but that always reminds me of Mars Attack.
Great film. Jack Nicholson.
Tom and Annette are out on
Rob
Here.
from Klingsport's worked for Klingsport Bracer for 10 years.
Okay. Tom and Annette are doing some cleaning and updating and on their shop. Not
He
producing
was,
anything right now.
Rob has worked in the abrasive industry, if you like, for 32 years. And prior to that, he was a maintenance engineer at BAE, which would have been down in Bristol, I believe.
Yeah, because Rob lives in Somerset, doesn't he?
I can't remember, to tell you the truth. Oh, Mike's just put in, working that long in abrasive sounds rough.
Oh, no.
That sounds like a Zed joke there.
That's bad.
Yeah, he does. He lives down in Somerset. I visited BAE one time when I was in the army. That would have been 80. When would that have been? 84. 84, 85.
Filton.
It would have been Filton, yes.
I know it well. I used to drive number 76 past Filton.
That was when the army started doing the tracked Rapier system. And the Rapier was a ground-to-air missile.
In your day, that would have been the Rapier A, wouldn't it?
Prior to the tracked one, it was on a trailer.
Yeah, we had the tracked one. We had the Rapier Bs and the Rapier Cs just as I was leaving. Hideous things.
Absolutely.
That is
Cherry
gorgeous.
bowl. I do need to take the tenon off still, but other than that, that'll be a simple thing. I'll put it on the cold jaws and take that off real quick. Just a real nice piece of cherry. Nothing spectacular about the grain, but it does have some grain and a little bit of character. See
That's pretty.
I love how it gets that hourglass down the center.
And that's where it'll pull itself in as well.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I expect it here in just a couple of days. It'll be a little out of kilter. Be interesting to see how it does. I do have, no, I don't. It had just a little tiny bit of the actual pith in it, right on the edge, and I took that out when I was cutting it down. So
are you going to take the bottom off tonight? I wouldn't let it dry with that tenon on because it's much thicker than the rest.
Yeah. Yes, I probably will. Just turn around and here in just a few minutes and take that tenon off. It's not much of a tenon. It's 1/8 of an inch. It's pretty thin.
Yeah.
But still, it does need to be taken off.
Twice the thickness of the wall. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Not quite twice, but it is thicker. It is thicker. Any other thoughts, questions? Just no tomatoes, please.
You're getting some nice comments coming through, though, Doug.
Oh, good. Yeah. Thank you all so very much.
Nice. Love it. Nice. Very nice. Smart little bowl.
I was going to show Rob. I do have a bit of Klingspor here, and I'll probably use it. I'd use it quicker if I had a hat, but.
Yeah. I might advertise it more if I had a hat.
Yeah, Rob, thanks for taking a lot of ribbing. It's these guys don't let up. Good to see everybody here. Ruby, I saw your comment just before it just disappeared. Thank you. Thank you. Thank all of you. Lucy, Mike, Aardvark, Brent, all of you. Thank you so much. Wayne, well, let's see. If I could find well, I know good and well. I've got a mouse here somewhere. There it is. Holy mackerel. If I come over here and I click there, you'll bring you guys back in. And anything, any last words either you guys have? Other than
Been
bye.
fun. It's been fun.
I'm glad you're feeling better, Mark.
Thank you.
And I'm sure your student is too.
Yeah,
He actually got his lesson today, huh?
he did, and he gets his bow turning lesson tomorrow.
Very good. Very good. And Wayne, always good to have you in.
No
Appreciate
problem,
your
Doug. Anytime.
appreciate your wisdom and experience. It always helps. Always helps. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye, all.
Night, night,
Bye, Rob.
everybody.